welcome to the Fear Review. I'm William.
And I'm Amy.
Today we're going to review The Long Walk. We'll give you a short synopsis, give you a spoiler-free review, then have a spoiler section. We'll talk about parts of the movie, so if you don't want to hear that, you can skip that, and then we'll let you know what we're going to do next week. So I'll give us a short synopsis here. So The Long Walk is kind of set in a dystopian future where young men, it's kind of like a draft or a lottery, like they sign up, and a certain number of them are picked from the lottery, and they have to walk non-stop until there's only one left, and they have to stay above 3 miles per hour. If they go below 3 miles per hour, they get 3 warnings. If after that third warning, they're killed, right? So, and then the winner, or we'll say winner, the last one gets a bunch of money and then a wish, one wish granted. So that's kind of like the basis of it. So we can kind of kick it off with, do you want to start with your kind of spoiler free?
I mean, it's a very Hunger Games kind of feel to it, which I know this is based on a Stephen King book from the 70s.
Yeah. Richard Bachman, technically.
Oh, excuse me. Richard Bachman. Smarty pants. From the 70s, so I know it came out before Hunger Games. But that's just kind of the feel of it. But it's very heavy.
Yeah.
Like, very.
I believe as soon as the credits started, the movie ended, your exact words were, Jesus, that was hard to watch.
It was so hard to watch. I know at one point I slapped you with my
Twizzler.
With my Twizzler, because I was like, I was mad at you that I had to sit through this movie. Yeah. So if that tells you anything, just know. I like to watch a movie to escape reality, and this one, it makes you like think too much about reality. Yeah. I feel like, the acting. I was crying in this movie. I feel like a broken record because I feel like I'm constantly like, I mean, it was done well, it was acted well, but just no.
No, it's very heavy, and it could be the week that it came out too, because of things that have happened that.
It's been a really heavy week. Yeah,
and there's just some similar, kind of things, but it's just really heavy, and it's really gory too. And I afterwards I had read a quick article, I think, where Stephen King, when he had said, gave them the okay to make the movie, one of his stipulations was like, you can't hold back.
They did not,
and they did not. But it didn't feel gratuitous at all. It fit the story. It was in play, like it fit. So it wasn't from that perspective, but yeah, and it's because it felt very much like a Stephen King story too, because the group of I'm gonna say kids just because they're young, but I think they're like 18.
They're kids to us.
Yeah, that's true. They do a really good job of making you like them and build them as a group, and them becoming friends, and very much kind of like the Losers Club and It. They have different personalities and
Stand By Me.
And Stand By Me. He does that so well, and they did that really well. And I think that's why I feel so heavy, is because you really do feel for the people. You know their motivations while they're there and what they want, getting out of it. And
well, in the whole movie, only one is going to make it.
Yeah.
So you're starting to, feel for these characters, like these characters, knowing only one of them will survive.
And when you like so many of them,
you're like,
it's like, I don't want any of them to die.
Right.
Yeah.
Let there be a twist.
Yeah.
Which maybe there is a twist.
Yeah. It's who knows? Maybe there's a twist, but Yeah, that's the best word to put is heavy. But it's the acting was really really good in it, and like I said, because you get to really care for the characters and the two main guys in it. The one that plays Garrity and oh now I'm not gonna remember, but they form kind of like what they call themselves the
Four Musketeers.
Four Musketeers, and so those are the ones you really really root for, and so and it's just.
But even the bad guys in it, I'm going to call them the bad guys, their deaths are hard to watch.
Yeah, I mean, even there's one particularly they set up to be the real villain that you hate. You can't even really call him a villain, really, but the one person you like, it's kind of the jerk of the group, right? You still feel bad for him though, and I guess it's just the scenario that they're in that you know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
yeah. And just because it's heavy like that, and because it's bloody and real, and that makes it very real, and I don't want to say gritty, but kind of, and it hits home.
Yeah, and the gore like surprised me because and you see the one in the trailer, you see like one of the first kills in the trailer, but it's from afar, and it's not from afar when you're watching the movie, and that shocked me because I just assumed
you thought you knew what was coming.
Yeah, because in the previews there isn't any gory pictures, or that's a weird way to say it, gory. There's no gory scenes. I don't think in the trailer. Yeah. So I knew it was going to be heavy just by that, but I remember turning to you going, "Oh God!" It was close up, like I. What happened to the scene in the trailer?
Yeah, it was like front and center, close up.
I think you kind of get duped a little,
I wouldn't say, because they're not going to show that stuff in the trailer unless it's a red band. But
I mean, I wasn't.
It was shocking. It was surprising.
I wasn't looking forward to watching this movie because I already told you this looks like it's going to be like a darker, heavy, or sad kind of movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I have to do. I have to watch these movies, whether I want to or not. But it was worse than I thought.
Yeah.
Like the feeling. Not worse as far as the movie being bad, but it was a worse feeling.
Yeah. No, I get that.
So for like me, I wouldn't watch this movie. I wish I didn't watch this movie. Because I
didn't realize it was that bad.
When we left, I told you, I was like depressed, I felt like.
Yeah, I guess you were a little bit.
That's why I was like, I gotta come home and watch my British Bake Off. Like, I need happiness.
Yeah, palate cleanser.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think part of it too is, like I said, with the characters and stuff, there's actually a surprising amount of heart to it too, because you learn a bit about their family and what they want to get out of it, and one of the characters is just this like really positive character, and he has a bit of a
and you love him.
Yeah, a hard background, but he has such a positive outlook on life because of that. So it just there's more, I would say heartbreaking, but yeah, it just adds so much to it and layer, and so that's why it kind of I think feels that way to you. So
I'd say don't watch it. And
you're a don't bother.
Don't bother. It's too much.
I get that, but I'd say it's for me it'd be full price, because it is a good movie, but it's just one of those ones that makes you feel weird saying it's a good movie because it is so tough.
It's just, I want to cry now. Yeah. Just thinking about the movie, and I don't like that. I don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
don't make me. Hurry up, make me laugh. I am not crying on a podcast.
No, and you got choked up during the movie. I think rightfully so. I mean, like I said, but
I don't know.
No, it makes total sense.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You're gonna get me going again. I need to get to the spoiler part so I can talk about the things that I'm like.
That's what I was saying. We can move on to the spoiler part because I think,
I'm
yeah.
I'm getting too choked up.
So for you, it's a don't bother. For me, it's a full price. But just know going into it, it's heavy. But it's just done really well. It feels like a Stephen King story. I didn't. This is one of the few. Not one of the few. I mean, there are books that I haven't read of his, but I haven't read this one, and I thought about reading it before the movie, and I just didn't get around to it. So I'm not sure how close it is to the source material. But.
Yeah, I won't be, because you were talking about us listening to it in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to read this one on your. I'm not listening to this book on tape.
No, as soon as we watch the movie, I'm like, that's not gonna happen.
I'm gonna throw the whole bag of Twizzlers at you.
Yeah.
And
okay.
I didn't slap you in the face. I slapped you on the arm with the Twizzler.
Yes, we can get
just
into
so
that.
everybody knows. I did not slap him in the face with the Twizzler.
No.
Although I don't think it would have hurt. But
okay, so we'll move into our spoiler section. So we'll be talking about details of the movie. If you don't want to know anything going forward, go ahead and skip if you want, and see what we're going to do next week. So we could talk about the Twizzler scene if you want.
The Twizzler. The reason you got slapped in the arm with the Twizzler, and if it wasn't later at night where I know we were like the last people in the theater, I would have been like, I'm out of here. I am not finished in this movie. I'm going to go over to Walmart or something. When you walk, and they walk like 300 and something, or 400,
yeah,
hundreds of miles. But, things start happening in your body because they're walking for days. And people need
She's trying to get to the fact that they have to go to the bathroom.
Yes. And they show it. That man had bad tummy issues. He had...
I'll say it, explosive diarrhea.
Oh my gosh, yes. he had what? Bubble guts?
Yeah. Backdoor trots.
And he is walking, and they're filming from the back where you are watching him drop his pants and squat a little, or just walk and try to... And
just...
And I just stopped. I stopped watching. I hit you with the Twizzler. And I am in shock. I am in shock that would be shown. I understand that, you'd have to go to the bath. Oh my gosh. And it wasn't the only one. There was other I have to go to the bathroom scenes.
Not like that one, but...
Those scenes, I still felt bad for the poor kids that they're having to go to the bathroom like that, but...
Those were kind of more surprising scenes, and I didn't know... that they were going to show that, but, having not read the book, I'm like, okay, do they get to stop at night? Do they get to, like...
Yeah. Do they get to stop and eat? Yeah, take a 15-minute break?
And no.
There's no stopping. So for 5-6 days, they have to sleepwalk, basically.
Yep. Try to pull down their pants and go as quick as because they only have 3 warnings. And yeah, but that was a shocking kill too, because so obviously he was sick, and like was he the first one to die?
I don't know. Wasn't it that?
Yeah, I think the
youngest little kind of kid, I feel like.
But yeah.
Because his leg was cramping. He's the one that's in the preview.
Yeah.
Where, his leg's cramping up real bad, and he stops and he's like, no. And it's from afar. No, it is. You see his head getting blown off. Like, it's...
Yeah. It's like his whole front of his...
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah.
It is awful. This is an awful movie. It's so sad.
It is very sad. They tell everyone's story so well, and like you said, like the Vreese, his character is very upbeat the whole movie. Yeah. He's kind of like bringing everybody together, but then he goes in and talking about like he had a really hard life.
Oh, such a hard life.
Like he was an orphan and living between houses and abused and like living on the street and just coming out of that,
surviving.
He was like, Yeah, he
his
was
whole
like,
life.
yeah, he's like, I'm gonna make every day, the best, basically. And it's the two main characters are him and Garrity. He's in it because his father had gotten killed by the major, and so he's
Which
out to.
I didn't even realize until we were in the theater watching it that the major was Luke Skywalker. And
Which
he's
is
in
funny.
all of
Yeah.
the previews. It just
Yeah,
never.
clicked that it was.
Yeah, because it doesn't look like, the hat and everything. But then the voice, I looked at it, I was like, is that Star Wars? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I know it's Mark Hamill is his name, right?
Yeah, Mark Hamill.
But I always call him Luke Skywalker. But
I think most people do.
yeah. But yeah, so he had killed Garrity's dad. And so he kind of wanted to do this, hoping that his wish could be to get rid of that guy.
And his dad had it's kind of this, like we said, a dystopian future. They don't talk about it a lot, but he basically says my dad was like reading me these banned materials like music and books and stuff like that, and that's what happened, that he got caught and killed for that. And so he's out to try to stop the Long Walk, and he thinks that by killing, I think, the major, that's going to help kind of like push that through.
Do something. Yeah, because it's almost like the country's in a depression, which to me...
Because it says a big war had happened.
Yeah, big war had happened, and they hadn't done the Long Walk in a while, and that the Long Walk, because it's filmed, and that it
inspires people to...
Yeah, and that they always have a boom, like an increase in the economy after one of the long walks.
And they're trying to get America back to number one.
And
I think that's when I said kind of heartbreaking. That's part of it too. So you have these two characters. One of them that's really out for revenge, and another that just has this very upbeat way of thinking of life. And he's trying to help Garrity, and he's like, you can't live your life like that. You can't. With revenge, that's just going to eat you up.
That's not going to help change the world.
Because
his wish is he wants to wish that there can be two winners. That way, people could try to make friends, and and then the whole time, Ree's is sitting there talking about how, hey, it's great to have friends. Even some people could be friends for many years, or for 50 years, or just for a couple of days, but. Just as long as you have a friend, for that period of time, it's nice. And so it's like, I can't keep talking about the sweet stuff. I can't.
So okay, so we'll move on. But where I was getting at that is that's what makes it more heartbreaking at the end.
Oh.
And I guess we'll just say it. Garrity.
It comes down to those two.
It comes down to those two, which you friggin' know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And Garrity basically lays down and sacrifices himself for Reese.
But Reese he was doing it first.
He was trying to do it first. And so he kind of tricks him.
Yeah, because he had always said in the beginning, he was like, I don't know if I can win, because if to win, it means that I had to beat somebody else, at the end, and I don't think I can do that. He was like, if I make it to the end, I think I'll just sit down.
Yeah.
And let the other person win. And so that's what he does. And then I just said, I can't do the sweet stuff anymore.
So Garrity, picks him up and acts like they're going to walk together, and then Garrity. But so the end, so Garrity, his thing was he was going to ask for a carbine rifle from one of the things, is his wish from one of the soldiers, and then he was going to shoot the major. And Reese was always like, you can't, like we said, you can't do that, because it's revenge. It's not, or vengeance. It's just not good. And so he ends up shooting the major for him.
He makes his wish.
And then it's kind of heartbreaking, because it's like, does that mean that ruins his outlook on life, right? He had this upbeat thing saying
he wanted to get two winners, and I don't know, maybe
it's
maybe the world can change, and maybe they stop the long walk. I don't know.
That's like, you kind of hope that's it. It sets that into motion.
And the reason I think it has something to do with age, because this is a lot like Hunger Games, and I watched Hunger Games, and when that came out, I wasn't that much older than and those were kids. And I didn't sit there and bawl my eyes out watching Hunger Games thinking these poor kids.
But the difference with that, Hunger Games never felt real like this movie felt real.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? There was a Hollywood shine to that movie, whereas this one did not have that.
Well, then, and they were fighting against them, so there was hope that...
They were all pitted against each other, whereas this one, I mean, there can only be one winner, but they're not fighting each other, so...
Yeah. I did get some Hershey's out of it, so we went by Walmart, and look how cute.
Got some pumpkin spice latte house shoes.
Yes. Pumpkin spice latte. They got a little pumpkin. I'm not quite sure why there's 2 straws, but, you know. I love a good pumpkin spice latte. I get it with no whip. But...
And iced.
And iced instead of hot, but they're pretty cute.
Yeah, we got you pumpkin spice latte the day they came out, so...
Yeah, we went before work. We went early before work and got it.
So that was a little bit of a...
Yeah. I gotta shake this one off, like this movie.
Well, okay. So, ultimately, to wrap it up, mine's a... mine's a full price. I think it's worth full price at the theater. Just know that it's a heavy movie. But it's really well done. It's really good.
Mine's a no. I wish I hadn't watched it. Don't bother.
Yeah.
I don't care how well done and how well acted.
How well acted?
How well acted it was. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Gonna make me start crying now. Nope.
Okay. Well, then why don't you tell us what we're going to be doing next week?
Oh, next week. I'm not really looking forward to this one either because these previews... This one looks very gory. But next week, we will be watching Him. Him. H-I-M, not him like that you read.
Yeah, H-I-M. Like the him.
Yeah.
You know what that's from?
Him.
We'll see if anybody knows what that's from.
So this one is the new Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele. But I'm not really interested in this movie, to be
I'm not. Well, honest. I think that's because you're not into sports.
Yeah. Is it Marlon Wayans that's in it?
Yeah, I do love him.
I like him though, so I'm hoping he's gonna.
This one, it looks. I mean, the previews are gory. It's just that with their heads, and then you can see the skulls and like the stuff moving, and football players always, there's concussions and.
Yeah.
I don't think this one's going to be heavy, like this last movie at least. Maybe because we're not looking forward to this one, we'll end up liking it. Or...
Maybe.
I don't know.
I can't remember if this was actually directed by Jordan Peele or if he produced it.
I just know it came in the preview. It says Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
I never know. I can't
remember either.
Proud of myself for knowing who...
you knew who was involved.
Who was involved, yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us, and tune in next week when we review Him.
And maybe if I dislike it enough, I'll get something else bought for me at the store.
Yes.
Thanks for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, hit like and subscribe. And tune in next time to The Fear Review, where the fear is family.